Yeah, I got a new mic, and that's why it was muted. I changed the microphone. Hopefully, this one is a lot better than the previous one. The previous one was speaking, and this one is a Yeti, a blue Yeti actually. So hopefully, you're going to get a lot better audio quality with it. This, I don't understand. Like when I promote my stream on Discord, it uses the all title, the title on my previous stream. But I see the new title, which is kind of weird. Hold on, let me put it on Twitter at least. Here we go. All right. So, the title is spicy, but it's not clickbait. We're actually going to be discussing what's on the title. I'll give you a little hint before before we wait a little bit longer for more people to join. There was a conversation on Twitter, okay, where usually the conversations are at. And someone wanted me to promote an underage VTuber. In fact, many people wanted me to do it. And I said that I don't want to do it. But apparently that's controversial now. Like saying that I don't wanna, it's like nani, like nani. Why don't you wanna? Why don't you wanna? And it's like, I don't think I need to explain, but I'll explain it in this stream. I'll explain why I don't wanna. I don't even understand that this is something that requires explanation, really. But okay, I mean, look. Just because I'm nice and I help some people doesn't mean that I'm Gandhi and I need to help everyone. I mean, look at my face. Do you think this is the face of a helpful person? So, it is what it is. But it's a good subject for a stream, don't get me wrong. Like, it makes good entertainment, so we can talk about it. Brand risk, yes, that is one of the reasons. You know what? Fine, let's talk about it now. It's going to be annoying because we're going to see more people joining, more people tuning in, and they're going to ask, it's like, V, what's up with the title? Like, when are you going to talk about the title? Like, I literally just did, but okay. So, no, here's the thing, right? It wasn't on Discord. No, it was on Twitter. Let's wait for 100 people to join at least. Like, when we have 100 people watching, then I'll tell you what happened, so that at least you guys can tell the other people in the chat that just joined, and they don't have to keep asking. Tovarăș V, new idea for merch. Romanian graveyard. That's literally the idea that I had when Belle Delphine sold her bathwater. I said, I can sell Romanian graveyard dirt. But the problem would be that EU regulations, like I don't even know if that's not considered a health hazard. How would you even know that I'm selling you graveyard dirt? Like, I could literally go out of my house and just get some dirt, and I could be like, oh, well, it's graveyard dirt. I suppose I could also just bury a dead possum or something, and I put it underground, and then I sell that dirt, and it's like, well, technically it's graveyard dirt. I mean, something died. V doesn't groom. It's not about grooming, by the way. No, it's not even about that. Again, let's wait for 100 people to join, and then I'll tell it. 55 people watching now, so let's wait for a little bit more. Chat, you need to multiply. You need to be happy and multiply. You need to start multiplying yourselves so that you can get the story. In the meantime, let's talk about... well, I can't even say the name. If I say the name, I'll get in trouble with YouTube. The Johnny Depp trial. I think I can say that, yeah. The Johnny Depp. All the YouTubers that talk about it, looking at their analytics, they got a 10 to 20% increase in female audience. I'm not even kidding. It's ridiculous, right? So this is apparently what women like to watch. Celebrity gossip. Like, who would have guessed that this is something that women are interested in? So, YouTube is demonetizing it because it's a sex scandal. And then, like, YouTube is wondering, it's like, why is it a male-predominant platform? Like, I don't know. Like, some of the best, most viewed subject matter by women are celebrity gossips, and some of the best celebrity gossips have to do with sex. Like Tiger Woods, Hulk Hogan, Johnny Depp, so on and so forth. But for some reason, YouTube doesn't want you to talk about it because advertisers, get the fuck out. Like, advertisers do advertise on teenage girls magazines, which are literally like 80% of them about either sex scandal or guessing who is having sex with whom. Like, that's literally part of the brand. But again, like, you can't talk about it on YouTube because you get demonetized. And it's not like the problem that you get demonetized, but the main issue is that once you get demonetized, the video isn't being viewed as often. So, like, the algorithm starts messing with your channel because you have one of those videos that's problematic. And I'm like, oh, well, okay, fine. I'll just not talk about it. I mean, I did finish law school. I think I could add a thing or two, even though American law is not really my experience. But still, it is very frustrating, to be honest. It's just why? Like, just let people talk about it. And it's just like, if you name drop the woman, the entire video gets demonetized. So yeah, exactly what Yuri is saying. Is that Yuri Bezmenov in the chat? Am I seeing it proper? Is that Yuri Bezmenov in my chat? Holy shit, it is Yuri Bezmenov in my chat. How old are you, Yuri? Are you 120? Probably more, huh? I got Yuri Bezmenov in my chat. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah, you do have to tiptoe around some words on YouTube. Because the thing is, like, you can follow the terms of service properly, but there are certain words which they get you in trouble. And the bots are the ones enforcing the rules. I need, how many more people? 25? Am I good with math? 25 more people, and then I'll talk about the thingy. Or are they 100%? No, I got 69 in the chat. I got 69 in the chat. Ha ha ha. Yuck, yuck, yuck. My God, I feel like a comedian today. I feel like Dave Chappelle. By the way, do you know what the media isn't telling you about Dave Chappelle? It was an assassination attempt, chat. It was an assassination attempt. Apparently, the guy that ran after Dave Chappelle and got on stage, he had a gun. But not a gun that fires bullets. No. It was a gun that would open a switchblade. He was the Hassashin. It was the Hassashin that went after Dave Chappelle. And it's kind of funny how the media is downplaying this. I mean, under Biden's America, it happened. It transpired under Biden's America. Like when the previous president was on, like literally everything that happened, it was like, Trump's America, under Trump's America. Like literally everything, like if someone would have walked on another person on the street and be like, just slap him, give him the Will Smith slap. Under Trump's America did it happen. Like he was literally responsible for everything. But for some reason, this is not, it's being downplayed. This is not under Biden's America. No. I just want to remind people that he is a comedian, right? Like he was making jokes. He's not a politician. He's not voting legislation into office. Like he was just making jokes. And he was cracking jokes at Netflix, but I guess you can't make that, right? Like, you can't make fun of Netflix. $1 billion corporations are off limits. I noticed how the left likes corporations. Like, it started with Facebook. I remember when Antifa defended Facebook, there was another black individual who got beaten by Antifa because he said that Facebook should have more free speech. So they had, like, this pro-free speech rally. So Antifa beat them up in Walt Disney. And now the left is defending Netflix. I mean, like, look, all I'm saying is just become the pro-capitalist party at this point. Just like, come out. Like, stop LARPing as leftists. Just stop LARPing as revolutionaries. You love the system. You love the man. Just become the pro-Wall Street party and be done with it. Like what is with this nonsense? Like, oh yeah, we care about the little guy. I mean, yeah, what little guy you care about? Every single time they talk about marginalized people, they put a millionaire up there. You know, an actor, a famous activist, like all of the BLM. Sorry, the people from the BLM that used to speak to me now have mansions. I mean, like, what little guy? Who's the little guy that you have there? Like, name me the little guy. I don't know who the little guy is. Because I want to be the little guy in this situation. Like, if you're going to have millionaires with mansions and stuff, like, I want to be the little guy. Why did I choose my troll with my character? I don't know. Figure it out. But yeah. They are the only 1%. Yeah, I guess, like, when you are the 1%, you are the minority, right? I mean, by definition, the 1% is the minority. I still don't get it. Like, man, like, how did the academia manage to spin the idea that just because you're a minority, you must be marginalized? I mean, again, the 1% is a minority, but they're not marginalized, right? And the left was LARPing with the 1% since Occupy Wall Street. How the fuck is Wall Street margin? I mean, I guess they are, you know, like, if you have a mansion like Zuckerberg, and you build this massive wall around your mansion, like, technically you are marginalized, but like, that's self-inflicted. Like, you want to marginalize yourself. You need to use your ranting voice for your troll on videos on the Romanian TV channel. I don't know. Like, I looked at... I'm trying to see what the views say meant that. Like, if the views tell me one way or the other, I'll say... Yeah, I mean, Peter Dinklage, you know, another example. Like, Peter Dinklage complaining about being marginalized. Dude, you're a millionaire. Shut the fuck up. Go cry in your bags of money. It's like, well, V, but are you saying rich people can't... Yes, that's literally what I'm saying. If you're a millionaire... I don't care about your problems, all right? Hire a psychiatrist, hire security, I don't care, all right? Like, I have, like, look at my avatar, all right? Look at me. Look at me, right? I don't have that much empathy, okay? So the empathy that I do have, I need to spend wisely, and I'm going to spend the empathy on the people that aren't millionaires. If I ever manage to finish having my empathy on people who aren't millionaires, I'll climb up the ladder. I'll start caring about the billionaires and then the billionaires. You know, they're the last ones. By the time I reach the billionaires, if there's a trillionaire, like, he would be like the last person that I would have empathy for. I literally don't give a shit. And by the way, here's the good news. You can carry on with your life without needing me to give a shit. That's another thing, you know? Like, just because I don't care doesn't mean, like, you can't have a nice and fulfilling lifestyle. Alright, so let's talk about the title, right? We got 94 people in the chat. I don't think I'm going to have more so. Virney Sanders. God. Stop it. Oh, stop it, you. Stop it, Zenith. Stop it. Okay. I've been helping VTubers a lot lately. You guys noticed, right? I've been plucking them up the street, going like, ploop, and then suggesting them to my chat to the point where now I have 98 views. Because everyone is watching the VTubers that I suggested. It's fine. It's fine. No, really. Like, I understand. The betrayal hurts. I see Zenith cheating me with all the VTubers. Sorry about that. Yeah. But I see you in the chat. You know, like, I go to Viri, I go to Koa, I go to Pippa, I go to other VTubers that I promote. And I see you in the chat. I know you're there. Okay? This is why I'm the 2-view chat. That's fine. Okay? But the point is that I'm helping people. I'm trying to kickstart and help other people. And because of that, yesterday, there's this individual, and it was just one, it was like 3, but like one was in public and 2 in DMs, who are posting to me this underage VTuber, which was complaining that she doesn't know who to collab with because everyone that is in the industry is like 18 plus, and she's underage. So, like, she wants to find someone to collab with. And people are like, V, why don't you help this girl? Now, I don't even remember her name. I don't know if she had pronouns in the bio and pansexual as a sexual. Like, she was pansexual. Okay. But that's not the issue. Okay? The issue is, why on earth would you think that I want to work with underage? Like, what gave you the idea? Now, putting that aside, I actually had people go like, oh, so why don't you want to help underage people, V? Why don't you want to help underage talent? Because, like, do you only want to help VTubers that are grown? Because it's like, did you want to get in their pants or something? Like, V, you're married. Like, why are you only helping, like, women? Like, first of all, I don't only help women. There are certain male VTubers that I also collabed with. Dr. Frank, for example. VG13 Gaming, or whatever his name is, right? Like, I do help male VTubers as well. I just want to point out, it's not my fault that people don't stick on that. Like, I'm a male VTuber and I have 113 viewers, alright? So shut the fuck up. Like, this is the way it is. This Korewa Genjutsu. Like, it's not my fault that the audience prefers the ushikushi ladies more. But secondly, it's not sexual at all. Like, look, I don't think that this industry is healthy for underage kids. I just don't. Now, if I had a daughter, I would probably not be happy if she became a VTuber at the age of 14. I'm just putting it out there, right? So if it, like, I don't think that they should be banned or whatever. But I personally do not enjoy the idea. I don't like the concept. And if I don't like it, you can't force me to do it. It's literally that simple. Yeah, can a male VTuber succeed? Well, Nox did, so. Flamenco was pulling 1,000 viewers, I think it was yesterday. So yeah, like, a male VTuber can succeed. Hey, you know, maybe you can help me succeed, and then we'll see. But it's because the ninja reason. Well, it's also the brand thing, right? Like, if I were to collab with an underage person, the moment that I make a joke, and you guys know the types of jokes that I'm making. I'm not a person that thinks too much. You know, like, I'm not a person that likes to think. I'm a person that says whatever is on my mind. And if the situation demands for a off the cup joke, and I make it, and there's an underage person there, like, everyone is going to judge me. I don't want to be put in that position. Like, literally, I don't want to be put in that position. So, I just don't wanna. It's simple as, like, I don't think I need to give more explanations than that. It's just like, literally, I do not want to do it, and you can't make me. Bleh. Now, there are other VTubers that I also don't want to promote, and these are, like, mature women. I know a couple of them. Like, they contacted me and they wanted me to promote them. They're mature women, but they roleplay immature characters. So literally, like, they roleplay the little girl, okay, and they do ASMR and shit. I don't like that. Again, I'm not saying that they should be banned. I don't care about that, but I don't want to promote them myself. You know, senpai, how's it going? No, none with that shit. All right, like, that is disturbing. Like, who watches that anyway? Like, if you're like a girl like Gargura, but like, Gargura doesn't do sex stuff, right? Like, Gargura is actually very entertaining. She sings very well. I mean, holy shit, can that woman sing? So, yeah, like if it's a VTuber like that, I would understand. But if it's a VTuber that's wait, did my avatar froze? Oh, low battery. Oh, I see. Oh, all right. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Can he? Is it going to unfreeze or? Hold on. Give me a sec. I think I can restart the troll. Hey, I think I broke the troll. Okay. Yeah. Low battery. Let me see if I can put the charger up this phone's asshole. See, like, that's a joke that I would make, and it would be problematic, wouldn't it? Yeah. Boundaries are good. Yeah. I don't get it, man. Like, all of these people on Twitch, you know, they have like 100,000 rules. And it's like, oh, if you want to stream with me, make sure you don't talk about X, Y, and Z. Make sure you don't do this and this and that. Make sure you blah, 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 right? At the moment I have one rule, like, I don't want to stream with underage people. That's it. Everyone freaks the fuck out. I mean, not everyone, but, like, enough people so that I can make content. And it's like, why though? Like why? Seriously, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's just my preference. I respect your pronouns. How about you respect my preference? It's not that fucking hard. And it's not even that, right? Like, the thing when you help people, you need to make sure that the content is something that your viewers would like. I mean, imagine if I were to stream with, like, a far leftist person. I don't think you guys would go watch that person, right? Same with like a far right. I don't think there are any like far right VTubers. That's why I don't even say it. But let's say there was like this VTuber that kept going on and on and on about Jews and shit. Yeah, like if I were to stream with them, I don't know how many of my audience would go check them out. Cause it's like a completely different content. And I also don't stream with the lewd ones. Like Lily, for example. Like if it's I mean, Koa is a bit lewd, right? But I can tolerate that. Like I told this to Koa, right? Because I was like, I don't like lewd VTubers. And Koa is like, but I'm lewd. And it's like, yes, this is why I tolerate you. Like Viri isn't lewd. Who else do I see? Yeah, Viri isn't lewd. Rosa isn't lewd. Frank isn't lewd. The vampire lady that I collabed with isn't. Like, most of the VTubers that I collab with aren't lewd. And again, it's not that I have something against lewdness, but it's like, look, I'm a married man. Like, I genuinely... Like, if I was a teenager, I would have liked it. But I just don't... I'm literally not interested right now. It's such low-tier content, honestly. Like you pay money to have like a sexy VTube avatar, and then you go like, oh, look at the titties. Look at the titty. Do you not like that? And you make some kissy noisy, like, mwah, 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 and then the super chats go in. Like, being from the same profession like you, motherfucker, I find that to be low tier. And look, there's nothing bad with doing it, but you can do it without me. Like, you don't need me to do it. And the thing, like, no, I don't think, like, my wife would kill me, because, like, all I have to do is to show my wife the super chats, and she shuts the fuck up. But, like, the thing is, it's just, like, not the type of content that I want to promote. I don't mind collabing with women, by the way. Like, if it's a woman that's funny, or entertaining, or plays good video games, like, hell yeah. I don't mind. Like, I can collab with guys, I collab with women. But I don't like the lewd. And it's, again, like, it's just, like, something that I'm not interested in. I don't want to see it banned, but I don't want it on my channel, you know? Maybe under certain circumstances, and, you know, maybe if it's done, like, sporadically. You said you would do the same thing if you were a woman. Yeah, if I was a woman, I would do the same thing because I'm lazy. But guess what? I'm not a woman, and I'm jealous on the people that get to do it. How about that? Is that not a good enough explanation? Yeah, pretty much. Like, if I was a woman, I would have had, like, the biggest booby avatar ever. And I would do kissy noises. And I would buy the ear microphone. And I would lick the shit out of that like it's an ice cream. And then I would get the super chats coming in. That, I would definitely do it. But you know what? I wouldn't need V to do it. Like, again, I'm not saying it should be banned. I'm just saying it shouldn't be on my channel. I wouldn't go on the channel with the 2 view in order to get myself promoted. You know, like, I can deal without that. Your channel? What about my free speech? What? Dude, I'm not saying that they shouldn't exist. What the all I'm saying is that they don't have to be on my channel. What, like, so like, if I'm for free speech, I need to have every VTuber in the world that wants to come on my... Is that how you're like? Like, if you're okay with having guests, is every single person on the planet required to come into your house? Like, what the fuck? Yeah, by the way, someone in the chat said, imagine this troll avatar licking ears. I will have a tongue. I spoke with Romania-chan, which did the animations for it, and I'm actually going to have a tongue, so I will be able to lick something. I don't know if I'm going to be able to lick the ears, but I will lick something. It's not a joke, it's true. I will lick it. Yeah, and I don't know. With that accent, it would be really hot, probably. Why am I arguing with chat? No, I'm not arguing with chat. I'm educating chat. There's a difference. Alright? Show lewd VTubers? I can tell you about a couple that are famous if you really want. Lily is a famous VTuber. Lily the Orca. I think she is lewd. Some of the shoujo girls are probably more lewd. I like Snuffy though. Like Snuffy's cool. I like Snuffy. And that's pretty much it. But I mean, you probably knew about them already. I think the world has enough. Like, it doesn't need more. Yeah, you can literally put it on your resume. Like, where did you get your education? On V's live stream channel. You should do that. You should do that. They will hire you. They will hire you right away. I stopped listening to Aiden Powell and talking about how abortion is murder to come here. You know, like, I genuinely don't understand this shit. Like, please forgive me if I'm a little bit... How should I even put this in a sensitive way? If I'm a little bit not caring, okay? Let's say it like this. Gas prices are at a record high. I don't think gas prices were higher in my entire lifetime. There are apocalyptic videos. You know, like the apocalypse is coming. Like, for example, I Am Legend. And they show the gas prices there. Man, you want to have the gas prices from I Am Legend. Because they're low as shit now. Like, it would be a discount. So you have the gas prices at an all-time high. You have inflation at an all-time high. You have World War III around the corner. You have all of this shit happening, right? Like, economic crisis. So all of the bad things in the world. What do people talk about? Abortions. Why the living fuck do you think I would care? I guess the only reason that I care is because this will actually allow the Democrats to have a platform. Because, like, up till now, they don't have any platform. Okay? Like, literally no platform. Alright? Like what would they be campaigning on? Like, seriously, why? What would the campaigning be on? Like, critical race theory? People don't like that. Even leftists don't like that. LGBT in schools? Like, seriously, what would their platform be? And now it's going to be abortions. Right? And I think Time Magazine actually said that that's why the leak happened. It's literally so that they can have a platform. I think you're right. The left are going to get revenge with jab mandates in the near future. No, I don't. Well, sorry. I don't think it's the near future. But the next time you're going to have like jab mandates and shit, the left is going to say, well, you didn't defend Roe v. Wade. You don't think my body, my choice. So therefore, I mean, it's just going to be the pendulum swinging, you know. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because at this point, like, people are so segregated into their own ideologies that they don't intersect and negotiate with each other anymore. Because up until now, like, you would have like the two sides talking and have like a negotiation, but there is no negotiating now. It's either one or the extreme, right? I mean, I have a video with the senator passing a bill, which says that in the bill that if the women's health is at risk, then you can have an abortion even like 1 day before birth. And I'm like, holy shit, you know? So like, you go either from one extreme like that, or from like none whatsoever. So this is what happens when people don't negotiate anymore, right? Like, because and it's not only that, they don't even have empathy for each other. Like, if a person doesn't have empathy for me when I get censored on social media, why the fuck would I have empathy for them when they get censored, you know? Like, it needs to be mutual, basically. Like, there needs to be some sort of... you give some to get some, let's put it like that. Yeah. There was even, like, a afterbirth. So there was this, I guess, like, comedian, which went on university campuses just to see, like, how ridiculous things can be, and they went with... Alright, well, let's do it like this. What if you pass a law so that after the child is born for the next 7 days, like, the mother gets to decide, and if she doesn't want it, the child doesn't get fed? And they wanted to see, like, how many students would agree with that, because obviously, like, it's such a bewildering and bizarre statement. Like, no right person in their right mind would suggest, yeah. There were a lot of students that said, yeah, no, that's reasonable. So, yeah, I mean, it's what Frank says. Yeah, like, it's the difference in values between people. I mean, at this point, you have people with values so fundamentally different that there is no more common ground. Like, you can't talk policy with a person that doesn't have your values, because you're going to come up with like, bizarrely different and opposing things. But it's not only that. It's like the sides don't view each other as human anymore, like worthy of a conversation. At least not on social media. Like maybe in real life is different, but on social media, like I have seen most sides just go like, well, there's no point in talking with that person. The left doesn't even care about Tibet anymore. When did the left care about Tibet? Like I've never heard people talk about Tibet. I mean, maybe they used to. But I haven't heard them say it, at least not since I joined YouTube and social media. Oh yeah, the governor of Virginia is the person that I'm talking about with the post-birth thing. It's just like, you know, they will say, well, it's just the law, right? So it's up to the doctor, and no reasonable doctor would condone something like that. But then you can literally just flip it back and say, well, you know, Roe v. Wade is just the law. I mean, it's up to the state senators to decide. It might be that in some cases you will see going back and forth, like the Democrats have a majority and they legalize abortions, then the Republicans have a majority and they criminalize them, and so on and so forth. In America, Tibet was very popular with Gen X. Man, I must have missed that. I'm not saying it wasn't a thing. I mean, probably it was. It's just that I've never experienced it. I've never heard a conversation about Tibet. So as I was saying, going to Dave Chappelle again. The guy wanted to assassinate a comedian, right? Like Biden's America. So the police just said that the guy had a gun, which wasn't like a real gun, but it was a switchblade, right? So a knife. Like, what? See, this is something that I don't understand. Why would you conceal a knife inside a gun? Like, under what circumstances is that a good idea? Like, when people see the replica, because it literally looked like a gun. Like, when people saw it, they will freak out. Like, what? The only reason why you would conceal a knife is to make it look less dangerous, to make it look less conspicuous. So who the fuck designed a knife that you can conceal in a gun? Like, it's more dangerous, right? Because if you walk on the streets and you have like a pocket knife or something like that, like, no, people aren't going to run away screaming. But if you have like a gun and you hold it in your hand, right? Because it's one thing when you have it holstered, and it's another thing when you hold it in your hand. Yeah, people are going to freak out on that. Oh my god, hey Freedom Alternative, thank you for watching. Yeah, when he comes from Moldova, he will have a conversation about Tibet. Man, I know jack shit about Tibet. So it would be a conversation, it would be a monologue, like you can literally educate me if you want. I know absolutely nothing about Tibet. Like, I can't even point it on a map, you know? I'm one of those people that is willing to admit when I don't know something. I hate the people that, oh yeah, Tibet, I'm an expert on Tibet. Let me tell you about what happened. Wait, Gandhi is not from Tibet. It's the Dalai Lama, right? The Dalai Lama is from Tibet. Is that correct? Like, that's my knowledge. That's where it begins, that's where it ends, when it comes with Tibet. What do you think about my avatar, Freedom Alternative? Do you want one as well? Huh? Look what it can do. It's high tech. I paid a lot of money for it to do this. Yeah. But like, again, I don't know how we can talk given the censorship on YouTube. Like, I'm willing to have a conversation with you, but like, if you look at the things we can't talk about because YouTube is having a hissy fit, it would be probably a very boring conversation. I mean, even the conflict with Ukraine, there are certain words that if you say, YouTube immediately... it's not even demonetizes, like it gets bots to suppress your video and shit. So it is what it is. I don't know. Like, how is the weather in Moldova? For those of you who don't know, Freedom Alternative actually does what CNN is supposed to do, and he is doing journalism right now. Like, he's journalisming so hard. He went to Moldova in order to record a couple of protests. I bet he is probably upset, right? Because could have got to the United States and recorded the Roe v. Wade protests. I saw like someone on TikTok yelling at a leftist protester to cope and seethe. was very interesting. You know, like the leftists were screaming and the right wing were like, go Pacid, go Pacid, and they were screaming even harder. Why is it that, by the way, like, what is up with the screeching? You know, like, because Freedom Alternative is an expert into activism or agitation and propaganda, as the kids like to call it. And I'm thinking, like, is there an explanation for this? Look at it, alright? Hold on, let me show you. Is this how they gather chakra? Is this how they summon the mana? I mean, this to me doesn't really look like they're upset. It looks like they're having fun. Is this how the chakra goes in? Are they trying to connect with the Holy Spirit? And look at her. She's doing the head thing. And what is with the head thing though? Hold on, like, oh, is she doing the Ursula? Do you guys know Ursula from Disney? Like when she comes up singing and her boobies bounce? Like, look here. It's world changing, isn't it? Operation Save Abortion. That is just, oh my god. By the way, yeah, so this is Motherboard as well. We'll talk about Motherboard in a bit. Let's talk about the scream. I want to see Freedom's Alternative's explanation. Not the Holy Spirit, because these are heathens. Well, it's the Holy Spirit works through heathens. Like, that's the whole purpose of the Holy Spirit. Is to give wisdom to the people that have none. So, like, the Holy Spirit entered the apostles, and then the apostles helped convert people. Right? So like, no, my my analysis is quite fair. Why do they scream though? Like, I never understood that. Is it someone that like watches this and is like against is for pro-life, and then they watch this and they go, you know what? I was wrong. I wonder, like, if this is convincing anyone. Like, see, I understand the screaming when, like, someone is trying to speak, right? So there's, like, this tactic that the left uses. Like, if you want to speak and they don't want to let you because, like, your words are too powerful for them, they're too tsuyoi, they will scream over you. So I get that as a tactic. But, like, here I just don't understand. Like, they're literally just sitting there and they're screaming. Are they making a reference to the documentary, The Silent Scream? Oh my god, they hate that. Like, that is a very horrible documentary. Don't look it up. The Silent Scream. Oh look, apparently it worked on coconut tackle. Well, I guess it might work on some people, so they enjoy being as insufferable as possible. But why though? Like, is there any other ideology besides, like, the American branch of leftism that promotes being insufferable? Like, being insufferable is a good thing. I just, you know, it would actually be better if they had, like, a sob story or some. Is this what you do when you have no arguments? Because, like, literally, if you look at American jurisprudence, you don't really find a reason on why it should be unconstitutional to ban abortions. Like, it's up to the states to decide, right? As it doesn't, like, the Constitution doesn't have any issue on abortion, either pro or against. Like, the founding fathers didn't think about it. I don't think, like, the founding fathers even had the knowledge of this at the time. Maybe, I don't know. I don't think, like, the medicine was that advanced that you could have, like, this type of practice being done at the time. So I don't know. I mean, I think it was possible with certain liquors and tinctures and shit, but, like, you definitely, like, didn't have gynecology as a profession. So yeah, the founding fathers just left that out. They scream because it's like a mating call. I never thought about that. But now I do, and it bothers me. Why am I thinking about it? American jurisprudence that's way too complicated for the marionette women? Probably. But let me show you something else, okay, which I found very interesting. Very, very interesting. So this is from Motherboard, a prestigious publication. They recommend a drug which is used for horses in order to induce abortions. So, wasn't there like a massive scandal just a couple of months ago? Just a couple of months ago with Joe Rogan. So Joe Rogan talked about a horse dewormer, and all of the mainstream media were freaking out because it's like, you can't give medicine that's for animals to humans because you're putting lives at risk and blah, blah, blah. And they wanted to cancel Joe Rogan because of it. But for some reason, now that Motherboard is doing it for a different... It's still a horse drug, but it's for a different thing. Now it's, yeah. Now it's being promoted that it's great and shit like that. It just goes to show, you know? It just goes to show that it wasn't about misinformation. I'm pretty sure everyone in the chat knows it, but like... Oh my god. Yeah, the party that tells you men can get pregnant is the same party which wants to keep you from viewing misinformation. It's also kind of funny, like, seeing the Vice President Kamala Harris talk about how my body, my choice. It's like, woman, like, where have you been the last 2 years? Really? Was it my body, my choice when you got people fired with mandates? Was it? Was it really? Yeah, now it's okay. I know. It is. Honestly, it's like horse drugs. Well, not these horse drugs. These other horse drugs. I'm wondering, like, if a CNN doctor is going to come out and talk about these horse drugs, or probably not. Since the SCOTUS leak, the whole left has become I'm going to steal that shit. That is so good. Let me actually. You know what? I'm stealing it right now. Like, right? Can I steal from a fellow Romanian, or is it not okay? All right. So, since the SCOTUS leak, all of the left has become expert biologists. Yeah, I do gotta say, all of them now know what a woman is. Like, just like that, all of them can define a woman. You know, I even posted something which went viral because it upset the correct people. And all I posted is like, maybe if you care about women's rights, you should have put a judge on the Supreme Court that can define what a woman is. And they got very upset, and they corrected me, and they said, no, like, she's not on the Supreme Court yet. And I'm like, well, yeah, but like, you kind of missed the point. You kind of missed the joke. But it's still, you know, like, if you can't define what a woman is, how can you be the party which defends women's rights? I'm just curious. Too late, I stole it. It's mine now. I'm even going to trademark it. To be honest, it's not the first idea of Freedom Alternative that I'm stealing. Not the last one either. You guys should subscribe to him. Like, he makes really good shit. He used to upload it on YouTube, but now he just uploads little teasers. YouTube is too problematic for the content that he is talking about, so. It's equal rights now. Nobody can have an abortion. That is a good point, yeah. You know, like, I think it was last week that you have a journal from the UK where students were taught how to give birth through the penis. So, like, when they said men can have abortions, I was thinking, like, alright, well, they're talking about, obviously, like, trans people, right? But no, like, now they're talking about, like, giving birth through the... How the fuck? Like, that, dude, that is, like, it's not physical possible. Like, you can't put a crayon in there. You can't put a number 2 pencil in there. How the fuck are you expecting that a baby would come out through it? Have you ever wondered just how painful it is to have a kidney stone? Like, I'm going to put it this way. It's more painful than giving birth. I know a lot of women who gave birth and then went for a second child. I don't know any man that had the kidney stone and then wanted a second one. Yeah, Democrats. Abortion is a woman inherit right. Also Democrats. What's a woman? I'm not a biologist. Like, look, I don't even care about this shit. Like, the only reason that I care about this shit is that, as I mentioned before, it's going to energize the left. Like, the left is now actually going to go to vote, and the left actually has a platform now. But other than that, it's like, okay, gas prices up, food prices up, traveling restricted, like all of this shit that's in place, you know, that's more important. Like World War III around the corner. Like Putin talks about nuclear war every single day now. I mean, like, probably it's not going to happen. To be honest, I didn't think that Putin going into Ukraine would happen. So I'm not pronouncing myself on geopolitics now, but still, I'm just saying, like, there's more important things. Some people can put a number 2 pencil in their pee hole. Dude, I don't want to talk about it. What? Sounding is a thing? Okay. Why sounding, though? It's like the sound of pain? The sound of the pencil snapping? Like, what are we talking about? I don't want to Google shit. I'm not interested. Like, sounding. Jesus. Traveling isn't restricted anymore. I think it is. Like, you still need to have a QR code. Like, if I want to travel to France, for example, I need to get, like, a COVID test. Now, the problem would be, if I get the test and it's negative, right? So I can travel to France. Then you need another one to come back, right? So, like, what if I actually get a positive in France? Like, what the fuck do I do then? Americans are better off when Democrats are in power. Allows the Republicans to obstruct them all the time. Well, yeah, I guess, like, Republicans actually do something. Obstruction. Yeah. Well, why can't I have a party that actually pushes my values rather than just obstruct? Oh, France abolished the requirements? All of them? Like, literally all of them? Like, I can just go to France now. I can literally just go to France tomorrow and there's no requirements. I'll have to look into it. So, like, no quarantine? No nothing? That's interesting. I'll ask, because, like, I have some people that go to France and stuff. But I'll ask, you know, if you're right, that would be cool. I could finally have a vacation. I didn't have my honeymoon because of it. But now I can actually have a vacation. Not this month, though, because this month, the tax man cometh. I gotta pay taxes, chat. I gotta pay taxes. Yay! Every time you have to pay, like, a big chunk of money, other shit comes up. You know, like, other stuff piles up. So, not only the taxes, but I have to pay other debts. Other dues. So, can't go on a vacation this month, but hopefully the next. Yeah, hopefully, you know. I wish there was actually a website that tells you exactly, like, what you need in order to travel. Like, you need to go there and you need, like, a quarantine or a QR or some shit. We're going to get more live streams, yeah. I mean, no, I don't want to make live streams just to fish for super chats. Like, yesterday I didn't make a live stream because I didn't have anything to say. So, it really depends. If I have a topic that I think is remotely entertaining, I'll make a live stream. But I'm not making live streams just to make live streams. I'm not really going to e-beg either. Like, if I get super chats, that's fine. Like, usually $30 per live stream is making me happy. The $30 lifestyle. Yeah. The model costed a lot, though. It was surprisingly high. Like, I looked at the industry, I guess. Like, there's a lot of VTubers that want to get in on it. I think it's like the women that are camera shy. Like, they want to get on camera, but they're too shy, or they can't be arsed to put makeup. That's what VTubers are for, really. France had the presidential election. So that's why they removed all of them? Maybe. I wanted to travel to the UK, but I need a passport to do that. So even if they remove the restrictions, I still have to get the passport. The problem is, like, because of Russia going into Ukraine, you have a lot of Romanians going for the passports. So there was like a waiting queue of several months. I don't know if my wife actually signed this up, but I'll ask her tomorrow. Oh shit, thank you, Blissfulness. I appreciate that. See, those are euros, chat. That actually is money with value. Unironically, if Saudi Arabia starts selling oil in ones, the euro is going to be the Chad currency to have. Because here's the thing, right? Like, a lot of Americans don't even understand. I don't even know, like, why America hides its imperialism from its own people. Like, maybe Freedom Alternative could explain it to me. Because like, why not just treat people like adults and tell them, look, we're in the Middle East because the petrodollar is important. So for those of you who don't know what the petrodollar is, I'll simplify it. But basically, I think it was Nixon. Yeah, like Nixon took the dollar off the gold standard. This happened, I think, in the lifetime of your grandparents. Like, it's not that long ago. But up until then, you could just take the dollar to a bank and you'd get the gold in value for it. Now you can't do that. So in order for people to like still have the reason to get dollars, was to, number one, pay your taxes. So if you work in America, you have to pay taxes. So you use the dollars to do that. But like, why would I want dollars from Romania, right? So America did the deal with Saudi Arabia that all oil is sold into dollars. So if Romania wants to buy oil, it first has to buy dollars, and it uses those dollars to buy the oil. And every other nation in the world has to do that, right? Now, the reason America can actually have as much of inflation as it wants, and it doesn't really affect them as much, is because other countries need their dollars. So if America prints a lot of dollars, that's okay, because like countries get dollars and they go to Saudi Arabia and they buy oil. Now, if Saudi Arabia would start selling in yuan, well, all the dollars from all the countries would go back into America, because they're like, the only way you can use the dollar then would be for services provided in the US. So if I want to buy something from the US, I would actually be able to spend dollars to buy it. And imagine like all the dollaroos that were printed, you know, all those trillions of dollars flowing back into the US economy. It would just destroy the US economy. It is way too simplified. Dude, I'm not going to hold an economic class on a live stream at this hour. I think it's enough. I think it's enough for people to understand the premise. But to put it simply, yeah, like if you were to have like nations like moving their currency back on the gold standard, and if you were to have Saudi Arabia just selling dollars, Saudi Arabia selling oil into anything else but dollars, like you would have a massive economic problem in the US. And yeah, it would affect the European Union as well. Spend this before it's worthless. See, this is why I'm so lucky, because I made the loan on my house. I didn't know this shit will happen. Like, I didn't know that there's going to be conflict and stuff, but still. It's one of the best investments that I did in my entire life. The value of my house just doubled. Here is $5 whole dollars for your taxes. You gave me 10, Todd. But I do appreciate it. Oh look, Frank Drebin is here. I recognize Frank. Frank, long time no see. In fact, the US betrayed Kingdom of Saudi Arabia more than the other way around. For instance, right now, the US is betraying the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. I actually don't know the lore behind that, but I figured that something might have happened. Because, like, why else would the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia all of a sudden turn on the US? Let me restart the VTube app thinking, the motion cap, because... okay, testing 1, 2, 3, testing. There we go. Oh yeah, after YouTube gets a cut, that is a good point. Yeah, you did give me $5, now that I think about it. But yeah, I mean, really bad times are coming. I see the Financial Times prepping the population for really, really nasty times. I think I made a video about it, actually. Let me see if I can find it. You kind of get it in the news every now and then when they're actually telling you the reality of what's to come. But in other words, what they're actually doing is that they're prepping you. It's called priming, really. Like, it's a marketing tactic. Before advertising a product, you prime people to the concept and why they should like it. And they do that with politics as well, like with political ideas. Ah, shit. I don't think I have it at hand. Hold on. Prepping the bull, yeah. I'll just go on my channel where I made the video of it, and I'll show it on the screen. Alright, here we go. I found it. Why is my... Damn it. I think my phone is becoming overheated. Like, I'm not going to be able to stream for more than 1 hour with the phone, it seems. Alright, so... Look at that handsome Chad. Look at it, okay? Now, what they're saying is... this is the Financial Times, and it says that... because inflation is a significant extent made in Moscow. Like, the way they outright lie, and there's no fact checker to help us here, right? The only way inflation would be made in Moscow is if Putin himself were printing money. Like, US dollars aren't being printed in Moscow. You can't make inflation by just... You can't make inflation in another country. I think the only time it happened was... when the Austrian-Hungarian Empire occupied Romania, got a hold of the mint and started printing Romanian currency until we got inflation. I think like that's one of the few examples in human history where another nation caused inflation in another country. Man. And they're not talking about like the moment that Biden came into office, he started printing money. And most of the money was printing because of COVID. Like they literally did it on purpose. And then it was the infrastructure bill. And then they wanted to pass the Build Back Better Act. And the infrastructure bill and the Build Back Better are the Green New Deal. Okay? Like one was the meat of it and the other was the welfare DLC. Yeah. So not only that, but they say like a wartime economy is coming, right? So they not only tell you that like things are going to get bad, but they also tell you how to think about it. So it's about the common good, right? So yes, it's a really bad economy, but that's a good thing and you should support it. Like, do not vote for any party that would suggest anything else. And by the way, like the reason they do this, I saw a study on why people read the papers and they believe everything, right? It's not that they necessarily believe that a wartime economy right now is a good thing. It's not necessarily that they believe that the papers aren't lying to them. The reason they are doing this is because they want to be accepted by the group. So they read the papers and they think like, okay, well, if I have this opinion, I'm going to be accepted by my peers. And it's the reason that they do it. It's just to gain acceptance from the group that they're in. Because they're not people that can impose their views on others. So they allow others to impose their views on them in order to avoid conflict. Can't you use BlueStacks with your phone instead of a physical phone? No, because the phone has facial capture, which actually works for the avatar a lot better. Anyway, right, so inflation should those most exposed to inflation should expect more help, but also you need to adapt. So in other words, you know, stay into the pod, eat the bugs, and all that shit, right? Like, you need to just give up the lifestyle that your parents have. Like, don't even hope you're going to get the lifestyle your parents have. Like, all of it is going to go bad. Unless you're in the 1%, of course. You know, like, unless you're with the Bezoses and the Clintons and the Obamas and all of that shit. Like, for you, life is going to get much, much better. You're going to be able to control the population. You're going to be able to do all the stuff you wanted. But everyone else, you know, is probably going to go down a class. We may have to ration some essential goods. You know, I live with this other communist, like rationing essential goods. The Germans are finding out right now how it is like not to have oil. Everyone must be patient with more indebted public finances. I love it. Like, everyone must be like, there's no other way, right? Like, you can't vote for a different party that will think differently. No, like, this is like a force of nature, and it's coming and it's going to get you fucked. Now, I want to point out that one of the reasons they keep making these what is it, like, the Ministry of Truth, and they keep wanting to remove misinformation from the internet. Like, they know they fucked up the economy so bad that the only thing they want now is population control. Like, they want to control what people think, so that, because now they're at the most vulnerable, right? Like, it's one thing when people have to deal with social issues that they don't agree with, but it's another thing when people are hungry. Like, the moment people are hungry, that's when people get really upset. So when people are upset, they might actually go out and peacefully protest, like the left likes to say, you know. But worse than that, they can vote for their political opponents, especially that elections are coming. So they want to control the narrative. They want to control the discourse so that they don't have people voting for their opposition. This is really what it's all about. I mean, the only thing that the people in power are afraid of is losing their seat. It's not like, yeah, but basically, like, everything you say has to go through a filter. And if it's problematic, then it has to be banned. So yeah, Frank, appreciate you stopping by. But anyway, right, so I'll probably end it here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.